Hey everyone. Hi stationery friends. I hope you're doing okay. I thought I would record a little chatty video about my planner thoughts and my planner and journal thoughts for 2026, which is kind of crazy because it's only August, but as if you're in this community, you would have seen that Hobonichi has started their previews, as well as some other brands, like I think Sterling Ink is doing previews as well. And so I just wanted to talk about it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna. I don't know. I thought the reason I have this notebook here is because, well, I'll introduce it in a second. But my idea was that I would sort of do like I've seen other people do like mind maps. I've seen people write out their ideas of what they need. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do because most of my planner, well, my planner and my only planner, which is right here, it's not changing, I don't think, because I'm stubborn and I refuse to change what I've been using for the past 4 years. Because like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The only thing that broke about it was the paper this year, but oh, sorry, I hit the tripod. But yeah, I already have told you, well, if you've seen my other video about my Techo Kaigi, you've seen the notebooks that I currently have. This is a new edition. I'm only a little bit ashamed about it. This is a Paper Republic A6 Le Portfolio. I had wanted one of these for so long, but they were out of stock at my local, well, not my, well, one of the local stationery shops that sells them, which is Lay Wines if you're in Toronto, they are in Yorkville. But yeah, so they were sold out for a really long time, and I asked when they were going to be getting them back in stock, and they said that they were going to get them back soon, and so I signed up for a notification, and yeah, I got it maybe 1 or 2 weeks ago, and it's so beautiful. I haven't, as you know, my brain dump was in my my passport, so I literally just, even though this is A6, I just took. I'm so sorry that the frame has now changed. Wouldn't you believe it? My tripod, or like the clip that I have, well, it's like a desk overhead tripod. It dropped my phone, which was a little scary, but it's fine now. Yeah. Just gonna pull my chair. As I was saying, basically, this is the Paper Republic Le Portfolio in chestnut, and it's so beautiful. And what I've done is just take all my passport inserts and put them in here. So that's what I'm going with for now. I was bad. I bought some inserts that are the size of this, which is A6. The thing about it is that the actual leather is roughly A6 size, so the inserts for it are slightly smaller. They might be considered pocket, but I've just been using this is my swatch book for my random like pen tests and stuff. This is my brain dump one. And then this is going to replace the swatch one once it's full, because I only have 1 page left. Like a page and a half if you count all this. But, so this one's gonna replace that once I'm done. And then I'll just take this one out, and then maybe I'll put it in a different insert. I'm not sure yet, but this is largely for this insert. So I decided that I would use this insert here. Maybe I'll, do I need grid? I don't know if I need a grid for writing my thoughts. Do I? I think I'll just use this. Flip the page so you can't see all my weird writing. The good thing about this notebook, in comparison to the Traveler's Company, is that it lays relatively flat. These inserts don't so much, but it's the inserts that are meant for this lay quite flat, and I really appreciate that. Also, if you're curious about my little charm, I made this at a store in New York, in Brooklyn. Basically, you get to pick. Oops, this is a little tangled, kind of. There we go. But yeah, so you get to pick all of the charms and then they'll assemble it for you. The only thing I did was put it on a lobster clasp because it was meant to be a phone charm and they had an adhesive that you an adhesive hook that you put onto your phone case. I didn't want to do that because I was afraid I would break it somehow or like it would get caught on my pocket or something. So I just put it on this. I attached it to a lobster clasp and put it on here, and I really like it. Anyways, I'm going to be writing with this. This is it's a Sailor Pro Gear Slim in the Sakura Mochi colorway. I wanted this pen so bad when it came out, but it came with an ink and I didn't want the ink. And because it came with an ink, it was then out of my price range. I mean, sailors are normally not in my price range, but I happen to have a few now because I just love them. And this was in a D-stash on Instagram, and I thought I was like, oh, I may as well take it because if I wanted it on eBay, it's like 3 times as much. So I got it, but the problem was it came with a fine nib, and I'm a medium person, as you may know. And so I left it with our local nibsmith, Salman, from the Toronto Pen Company. And I left it with him in June, and I said, take as long as you need because I don't need it back anytime soon. And so he yesterday messaged me and was like, or emailed me and was like, hey, I'm done. You can come pick it up tomorrow at Paper Plus Cloth. And I was like, oh, okay. So my mom and I today went down to Paper Plus Cloth and picked it up, and yeah. Now it writes a lot. He said he broadened it and wrote and tuned it to write smoother, and it is so nice. I'm so glad that I did that because when I wrote with it before, I tried the fine nib. I really tried to make it work, but it's just not my preference. I don't like how messy my writing looks with finer line widths. I don't know why, but like the finer the nib, or like if it's a gel point, the finer gel pen, the finer the point, it makes my writing look really messy, and I don't like that. So this has been smoothed and broadened slightly, and I really like it now. I inked it up with Robert Oster Cherry Blossom. I had our journal meetup group chat I asked them what color I should use, and I was already thinking pink because the finials are pink. I don't know how well that's going to pick up on camera. The finials are pink and the body is like a sage green. It's so nice. But anyway, yeah, I will talk. I'm sorry for not getting into my planner thoughts. I was meant to start talking about that like a long time ago. But basically, for 2026, my planner thoughts and journal thoughts. This is going to be a messy page, so I'm not going to bother with my like blotting paper that I usually use to like try and not get my nasty on the page. So for planning, my planner is going to stay the same as far as I know, which is the Hobonichi Weeks. I've been using the Hobonichi Weeks since 2021, and it has not failed me so far. The only time I almost had a failure with it was last year because the paper. I used to use the Pilot Metropolitan with Diatramentus Document Black in it, and that's what I used for like 3 of the 4 years I had the Hobonichi Weeks. And then this year with the paper issues, it bled and it no, it didn't feather. It bled through, and the paper was so inconsistent, just even on like within a single page, where I would be writing a word and half of the word would be a really fine line and the other half of the word would be like I wrote with a marker. And it wasn't it. I really did not care for that. I considered changing planners as a result, and then I realized I already paid for this. I may as well just switch my pen. So I've been using the Uni 1P ever since then. The only thing that may sway me to do something different is the Sterling Ink Common Planner in the Weeks size. I'd still be using. It's basically a dupe for the Weeks. The only difference is it has like, well, it's Sterling Ink and it has more pages at the end. I don't really use the notes pages, to be quite honest. And the paper's white. Um, but yeah, I don't really use the end pages, so I don't know if it's worth it. Plus, now with they're an American company, and the president and our prime minister have been going back and forth on whether they want to tariff one another, and it's hard for anyone to tell, let alone small businesses. So I don't want to have. Sterling Ink is usually really good, where they do what's it called, letter mail shipping, and I always appreciate that. That's where I've gotten the inserts for most of my journals. Um, but yeah, as a result of like the political climate, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to order anything from the states in like the foreseeable future. For a while, my brother lives in New York currently, but he's moving back soon, and then he moves to Italy for 3 months. Anyway, um, yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to order from Sterling Ink, so I'm just gonna put like that's my backup if something goes wrong. How should I put that? I'll just put Sterling Ink N2, I believe. I think that's the size. I think N2 is the weak size. And that's it. That's really it. I saw the Lecterm they're doing a weeks now, but it doesn't have monthlies for some reason, which I can't use something that doesn't have monthlies. Even though like mine are mostly decorative, I still use it as a quick reference. So I can't do that. I might be able to swing it for like my health log, but other than that, I can't use it as a planner. Okay, I'm gonna have a sip of my tea. Okay, so that's my planner covered. The next thing that's important for me is my health log, which is also in a Hobonichi Weeks right now. I almost wrote Health Weeks. I don't know whether I want to use another Hobonichi Weeks, because it's working really well so far. I'm just gonna write down Weeks. That's where the look term may come in, because I don't need I don't know if I've spelled that correctly. I don't know I hope I spelled that correctly. I started bullet journaling in those when I was like 15 years old, and then I used them until like 2020. So like that's 5 years. Anyway, that's where that might come in handy, but the problem is that it has a stacked weekend, and that's not really the vibe for me. I don't like a stacked weekend because I don't work a 9 to 5. I'm currently a student. I won't be in like 2 weeks, but yeah, I don't work a 9 to 5, and so I still need my weekend for things like planning and my health log. So I don't know, this is an option. Another option I've been thinking about, because I got the Paper Republic, is the Paper Republic their weekly. I think they have one that's just like for Pocket slash A6. I think it's just like a week on 2 pages, and I think that might be good. The only thing about that would be I don't know where I'd put my trackers. That could just be another grid notebook. Yeah. So those are the options that I have, because I also, earlier this year, actually, when I started my health log, I started in a traveler's notebook with their weekly inserts, the passport size, because I love passport. But yeah, so I started in that. Then I moved into Rings, and Rings was really good for a long time, but the problem is archiving. I don't like archiving Rings because it feels messy, and the only way I've gotten to archive Rings before are those like the prong binders that you get from Filofax, the ones that have like it's just like it's like a hole and it like sticks. This looks bad, sorry. But it's just a prong as opposed to an actual set of rings, and it's frustrating to try and track things through that. Um, I've actually, well, I think I still have the older, the, no, that's not true. I thought I might have the passport inserts still. I shredded those after I transferred everything into Rings. Um, Whatever. But I currently have it in a weeks, and I'll keep the weeks as a reference because a lot of it has, well, it's a health log. I don't necessarily need the reference for like how much I slept, stuff like that, but like I'm chronically ill. I'm also disabled. I have a bunch of stuff going on with my health that I need to keep track of. So it's good to know like when did I have this appointment, when did I have these symptoms, stuff like that. I'm currently tapering off of a medication, so I need to know when I started that, check if I get worse, and if I need to switch onto a different medication. The reason I'm tapering off the medication is because I'm turning 25 in a few weeks, and the government doesn't cover you once you turn 25 here, so yeah. I need to get my own insurance or get a job that has proper benefits. But yeah, so that's my health log. Sorry for talking so long. I'm gonna take another sip and then we'll get on to my next thing. I just realized that you can't even see my tea in the frame anymore. It's right here. I have this little mug that I got recently. I draw houses a lot, if you may have seen in my sketchbook tour. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, that's how I draw houses. It's perfect. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about my gratitude log, which is the reason I'm calling all these logs is because it's not like a journal. It's quite literally just like point form notes. And so it's not a journal in my opinion. It may be in other people's opinions, but I don't think it is. So for that, I'm currently just using a blank passport insert that I tuck into my health log. That might also be good for the Paper Republic Weekly. I could combine them maybe. Because I don't know. That might be a good use of that. Maybe. And just go with the weeks for that. I'm gonna put an arrow down here. Yeah, maybe I'll disregard that and just focus on the weeklies for these, because I don't remember if the Lecterm has notes pages or not. But I might just go with the weeks for that, because it feels, it's, if it ain't broke, don't, if it ain't, you know what I mean. Sorry. It's a little bit late here. I'm getting a bit flustered. But so that's what I have for the gratitude log. I could do that, or I could do another passport TN insert. Because of this, I don't think I'm not doing a page per day. I'm just writing things in as I go. So I might be able to get away with there's a T in there. I might get away with just using this into the next year. So I might not even need to change it. Or I could use the dated one when 2026 comes around. I don't need a big notebook for it or anything. I used to gratitude log in like a grid note, like moleskin notebook. Because I don't even write like today I am grateful for. I just make a list of things I'm grateful for, like dot jots. I don't even do anything cool. Sometimes if I'm feeling not excited, if I'm feeling like, I don't know, sometimes I'll add washi, but like it's very rare that I will do that. It's literally just a log. So I might just leave it as a passport TN, or the Paper Republic one. I'm going to do this. Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't know. I feel like if I'm gonna invest in the Paper Republic Weekly, I need to make it more important than the gratitude log, which is why I suggested it for the health log. But I don't know. I'm just really intrigued by their paper because since I got this, it came with like a plain insert, and I really liked the paper in it. I did some, here, let me show you. Where is it? Here it is. So this is their plain insert that comes with the leather covers, and as you can see, it's a bit taller than the passport inserts and wider. But anyway, I did some paper tests in it. This is just a plain insert, and it held up pretty well. You can see like a little bit of feathering on some of the pens, but like I used here, this is, wait, where is it? This is the Pilot Metro with the Document Black. This is the Lamy Safari with the Tyranny Sheen Nostalgic Honey, and this is the Pilot Prera with the Roaring Kligner Vendura. None of it bled through. Like, the only one that kind of bled through is the Pentel Sign Pen. Just a little bit. But everything else didn't bleed through. There's ghosting, but I don't mind ghosting. So, and this is their 70 GSM paper. So that's an option. And I really, good gravy, I really like, this is something I'll get into in a second, or once I get into the journaling aspect of it, but I'm really missing the A6 size. I really miss it. I love tiny notebooks. I don't know what it is. I just really love them. Sorry, just checking I'm recording. Yeah. I'm gonna take a sip from my tea again. I'm almost done it. I didn't realize how thirsty all this talking would make me. Maybe I should swap for my water. Okay, so the gratitude log is sorted. I think my travel journal is gonna stay the same. I don't have much traveling planned for next year. I'm getting most of my trips out this year. Travel journal. And that'll be standard TN, of course. And I don't have any trips planned for... Oh, shoot. I guess I do. They're not planned yet, but, like, hypothetical. My partner is getting their master's, and they will be graduating in May/June of 2026. So I guess I'll be in California again. But yeah, I'm not going to change that. I really like the way the standard TN is working for my travel journal. So is there anything else? Oh, the regular journal. Duh, this is like the biggest part. My daily journal / daily log. Yet again, I like the word log for some reason. So, it's currently in a standard TN, and I have purchased a bunch of inserts for it from various places. I think I have Serica Studio. I used to buy the Sterling Ink ones, but they were out of stock for several months, and so I bought the Serica Studio ones, and I had them shipped to my brother in New York. I like the size of standard TN. I like the room it gives me. But I really miss the A6 so bad. Maybe I'll pull them out. Yeah, I think I'll pull them out for you to look at. Jump scare with the neon yellow Hobonichi Avec. But I was in the A6 for daily journaling from 2023 to 2024, so only 2 years. But I really love this size. I used this is a full year, and this was my first not my first year. This was I can flip through it, but this was 2023, and this was my first of the daily journals with the Hobonichi, and I did not miss a day in this entire book. I really love it. I did not put as much ephemera in it as I wanted to because I was so worried about it bulking up, and it did bulk up quite a bit. This is bothering me that I have somehow messed up those pages. But like, this is when I got my olive TN, stuff like that. Oh my god. Well, that sucks. This was a thermal printer of when I got my first chest tattoo. Now I have 2 chest tattoos. But that sucks. Anyways, so this was my first A6 from Hobonichi. It chunked up quite a bit. I chose each ink based on the color of the month, other than, as you saw, October, because I didn't like it. The purple, I just didn't have any inks that were that purple. This is when I first went to New York to visit my brother. Yeah, so that was my first A6. This is my second A6. Has this hair been here the whole time? Goodness gracious. These two are huge. They are both bigger than this one. Well, no. I guess they're all about the same. Which is crazy because these are just half year. But, like, that, yeah. No way I would have been able to keep a full year with these two huge guys. So yeah, I filled up. I actually used to do mood logs in the front here. I didn't use the monthlies. I've never used the monthlies. But then yeah, I really liked this book. Even though I didn't like the cover, I put stickers on the cover. But yeah, I used a lot more ephemera this time around. This is a postcard from when my partner and I went to Morro Bay, California. Yeah, this is their graduation, stuff like that. I did a whole bunch of more stick-ins in here. See, this one held up. Anyway, this did not hold up. But yeah, so I did the same thing where I had... Actually, I tried to put a lot of washi in this book just because I didn't like the space up here and down here. It felt like a waste. I tried to put them based on the colors of the month, but like this purple didn't have much that matched the purple. But yeah, so I really liked these, but I found the reason I switched to a standard TN is because they just aren't big enough. If I have a big day and I want to put a lot in, like this guy from Type Books, it's not impossible to make it work, but if I have a lot to say, then I had to limit myself to this page. Or if I don't have anything to say, I still have to write down something, and that bothered me. So yeah, I just moved into standard, but now I really miss A6, so I'm thinking about going through, I'm thinking of going with another A6, but an undated, not the, what's it called? The day free. I don't want a day free. I think I'm just gonna get like a plain A6 notebook or an insert. And if I use an insert, I can I can put it in here. If I use like a booklet, like just like a an A6 TN insert, which between you and me, I already ordered some. That I have no self-control. But yeah, so then there's this one. This one, I stuck a lot, as you can see from the tape on the side of the pages, I stuck a lot more in. This was my parents' this was my parents' 25th anniversary, so that was cool. Yeah, just, I stuck a whole bunch more stuff in this one, and I really love this one. I really love all of my journals. Sorry, Monchichi. But yeah, I really miss the A6 size, so I'm thinking about going back to it. Just not a dated planner / journal. I'm gonna write not dated. So yeah, A6 booklet / insert. I think that's everything. I'm glad that I didn't take up like a full spread, but I think that's everything, because everything else is mostly gonna carry over. I have I forgot to show you guys my reading log. It's just in a look term A6 / pocket size. I just write down what I've read, etc. Little information about the book, where I read it, like, was it from the library, what dates I read it, what genre it is, my thoughts, stuff like that. It's not important. It's gonna roll over into the next year, so that's fine. Same with my junk journal, which I also didn't show you. That is actually an A4 look term, and yeah, it's huge. It's unwieldy, but I'm gonna use it until it's all full. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry for yapping your ear off for like however long this video is. These are my plans. So my plans are Hobonichi Weeks / Sterling Ink N2, which is just the common planner in the week size. Health Vlog is going to be a week's or look term, or perhaps the Paper Republic and a grid notebook. Gratitude log, maybe just the continued Passport TN, or if I'm feeling spicy, maybe I'll get a dated TN. Travel journal staying the same. Daily journal, either standard TN, because I already have the booklets, or an A6 booklet. Yet again, I already have them. I've been interested in, I really like Midori paper. Like, I feel like it's underrated. I know a lot of people love Midori paper, but ever since I've been like using these inserts, because the Travelers Company uses MD paper, I've been realizing I still like the MD paper, and so I was considering their slim, are they called slim? I don't remember, but they have these notebook packets that are basically inserts, like, or booklets like these, where I think they're thread bound, and they have less pages than a regular A6 notebook, and they have them at various stores, and they come in a 3-pack. So I was thinking, oh, if I got that, and I can use like 3 books a year. In my daily journal right now, I'm using 4 books a year because I'm switching over quarterly. So I could do 3. No harm in that. I love the A6 and I miss it so much. And yeah, this passport is kind of filling the void of having an A6 for now, because this is A6 sized. But I miss journaling in an A6, which I don't know. I don't know, man. It's very silly. Like, it's one of those things where, like, my standard TN for journaling is working so well. I don't know why I feel the need to change it, but I do. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Sorry for yapping your ear off and being annoying for an extended period of time. I hope planner season treats you well. Make sure to try not to fall into the trap of overspending. I'm not here to shame anyone, of course. It's just one of those things where I always feel guilty if I overspend, and so, like, be mindful, and also be kind to yourself, and don't buy things you don't need if you don't have to. This is coming off as preachy. Maybe I'll edit this out. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Take care, everyone. See you later.